Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special commercial-free episode of AML Wrestling Live. Tonight, you are going to witness history as we crown the first ever AML Heavyweight Champion. Also, we want to remind you, next week on this program, you will see the phenomenal AJ Styles battle Sanjay Dutt in what many are calling Match of the Year. But right now, it's the Fatal 4-Way title match. Who is walking out with the gold? Find out next on AML Wrestling Live.
AML fans, this is the moment we've been waiting for. And tonight, we will crown the very first AML Wrestling Champion. The match will feature Shane Williams versus Caprice Coleman versus Zane Dawson versus Vordell Walker. And joining me right now is the king, Shane Williams, who's undefeated right here in AML. And tonight, you could become the first AML champion.
You know, this week has been long. It's been rough. I've been to about 5 doctors. They've told me, Shane Williams, maybe this is the event maybe you should stay home for. Maybe you should, call in sick for this one. But then it hits me. The moment hits me. When I was a kid, I remember watching TV in Greensboro, North Carolina, and when I turned the TV on, it was Tully Blanchard against Magnum TA. And then I had visions of Ric Flair against Dusty Rhodes. And you know what? If they were sick, you think that they would call in on a heavyweight title match? Absolutely not. Ladies and gentlemen, people of Winston-Salem, your king is here for his big gold belt.
Now, this match isn't a one-on-one match. No. There's 3 other people. You have a 25% chance of winning. You also have a 75% chance of losing. How do you equalize the other wrestlers in the ring?
Very easily. I have one thing that these guys don't have, and that's a pile driver. I'll give 3 guys a pile driver, and I'll walk out with 1 gold belt. Why? Easy. Because I'm the king, and you're not.
Healthy.
There's 2 sides to this thing on how I'm feeling tonight. One side of me says I'm wrestling Zane Dawson, one of the most unorthodox guys in professional wrestling. I'm wrestling the suplex machine, Vordell Walker, and I'm wrestling the king technician, Shane Williams. Then there's another side of me that says, you know what? You're in a crazy place. You got a Wookiee, you got an ogre, and you got a Willy Wonka that thinks he's a king. Let me explain something to you. AML needs a champion, and the champion is Caprice Coleman. And by the time people figure out that the man with the style, the grace, the shape, and this beautiful face is the champion for AML, I'll take Shrek and send him back to the swamp. I'll take the Wookiee and send him back to Kashyyyk, and I'll take the king and send him back to Munchkin Land.
The very first AML champion is going to be decided tonight. That's a big deal. A big deal to be the first. But you know what? You know what hurts me is I've read on the AML Facebook page, everybody's putting either Zane Dawson, Caprice Coleman, or King Shane to win, but nobody mentions Vordell Walker. Well, you know what? That's no new news to me. My whole entire career, everybody's overlooked me. Everybody's made me the underdog, but tonight, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to prove all those doubters wrong. Tonight, the overlooking of Vordell Walker stops. Tonight, it stops.
Grizzly, first of all, you don't even need to announce any other name than Zane Dawson.
Let me just do the interview.
Before you speak, the only name that is going to be said at the end of tonight is the new AML Heavyweight Champion, the one-man riot, Zane Dawson. Don't even say anything to me, because obviously you're lying to these people. You're calling me an underdog. Chrisley, you don't like me.
I never called you an underdog.
Chrisley, you don't like me.
Do you feel some type of way? I never called you
Chrisley,
an underdog.
I'll mush you right now, and I'll break your face.
We can cut this.
Yeah,
Cut
it.
You know what?
Cut it.
You know what?
Cut the damn
Never said
camera.
anything against you. Never said anything against
You're
you.
gonna get yours,
What
Chris.
is it? What do you have against me? What is that?
Hailing from Knoxville, Tennessee, weighing in at 215 pounds, this is King Shane Williams.
Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, it is the one we have been waiting for nearly 4 months here on America's Most Liked Wrestling Live. We are finally about to crown the first ever AML Heavyweight Champion in this very special commercial-free episode. I'm Blake Chadwick calling the action for you. Fatal four-way, one fall to a finish. As you see King Shane Williams making his way out here, the first man announced in this matchup. He was one of the 4 men selected by you, the fans, in a vote to qualify for this matchup.
From Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 275 pounds, he is accompanied to the ring by number one, George South. It is the one-man riot, Zane Dawson.
Looks like George South has something to say.
Tim Blaze, listen, nobody at AML would listen to me last month. I am not responsible. Listen, people, I am not responsible for what this guy's fixing to do. I'm not.
Ladies and gentlemen, George South is not responsible for what Zane Dawson's going to do. Now making his way to the ring, Georgia, weighing in at 240 pounds, is the ring wrecker, Vordell Walker. Weighing in at 213 pounds, he is from T-Town, North Carolina. He's more than a conqueror. This is Caprice Coleman.
And here comes the final man in this matchup, the ambassador of the grind, the 19-year pro, Caprice Coleman. He's a Mid-Atlantic mainstay trained by Matt and Jeff Hardy, and he has been on a little bit of a roll here at America's Most Liked Wrestling, knocking off Sanjay Dutt. He did defeat Jeff Lewis Neal to qualify for this match, which we saw last week here on AML Wrestling Live, but his one loss suffered at the hands of King Shane Williams, and alongside his Queen Taylor, certainly made things difficult for Caprice Coleman in that matchup. AML management, the fans here in Winston-Salem at Johnny and June's, thought Caprice Coleman was certainly worthy of being in this matchup. He was voted as one of the 4 men, along with King Shane Williams, Zane Dawson, Vordell Walker, to qualify for this match.
One fall with no time limit, winner to be the first AML Wrestling Champion.
Once again, folks, fatal 4-way, one fall to a finish. The winner becomes the first ever AML Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. When we first joined you back in the month of March to kick things off, we did not necessarily know the direction this heavyweight title division would take shape. And Zane Dawson, along with these other 3 men, and guys, of course, like Damian Wayne, Magnus, some of the other top stars here in AML throwing their names in the hat. Bell sounds, this one's underway. Main event time this week on AML Wrestling Live. We are about to crown the first ever AML Heavyweight Champion. As Walker is paired off with King Shane Williams, Zane Dawson and Caprice Coleman hits the floor. Folks, I'm going to try to call the action as best I can with all 4 men out there, but the referee's certainly going to have his hands full in this one. As Zane Dawson and Caprice Coleman jockeying for position on the outside. But the only way to win that title is right there on the inside of the ring, and there's the ring wrecker himself, that overhead belly-to-belly suplex. As once again, you can lose this matchup without even being factored into the finish, as Zane Dawson's going to send Caprice Coleman crashing right into that security wall. fans here at Johnny and June's packing it in for this episode of AML Wrestling Live because they know that at the conclusion of this episode, the first ever AML Heavyweight Champion will have that title around his waist. As Williams paired off with Vordell Walker in the corner, you see Queen Taylor cheering on her man. As these two jockeying for position over there. Oh, there's Caprice Coleman with that head scissors to Zane Dawson from the inside out. Wait a minute here. Keep your eyes on the ambassador of the grind. And there he nails it. There's the sky splitter. That diving leg lariat, that could do it right there. And Zane Dawson breaks it up. And folks, you see right there, when the fatal four-way stipulations come into play, it is very difficult to pick up the win. As Walker is down, and King Shane and Zane Dawson appear to double team Caprice Coleman now, the double team Irish whip. Caprice rolls underneath, and that double drop kick right there sends both men scurrying. And Coleman, he's going to go after Vordell Walker again. And Vordell now. He puts himself in position. And look at Caprice Coleman there. Just pops up and nails the Frankensteiner off the top rope. He calls that the leap of faith. And he's going to try to stay on the attack, but King Shane Williams sends him shoulder first right there into the steel ring post. No padding or protection helping him out there. And that patent reverse neck breaker by King Shane Williams. As he's directing traffic there, as the one-man riot comes in with a big splash. He goes for the cover, 1-2. And King Shane certainly is not having a problem with the double teams, but certainly not what he wants Zane Dawson to do in terms of picking up the win. As the 2-on-1 continues here, King Shane's going to go for a cover, 1-2, and Dawson pulls him off very quickly. Folks, this one looks like a powder keg ready to blow. I cannot imagine these friendships and these allies will last for much longer. Dawson, the Irish whip, picks up Vordell Walker, and a big side slam. Takes him right down to the mat, 1-2, right in the center of the ring, but King Shane pulls him right off. And Zane Dawson says, if you do that one more time, we're going to have a little bit of an issue. As these two putting the boots here to Vordell Walker again, Caprice Coleman, after being thrown shoulder first into that steel ring post, has yet to have a lot of movement there on the outside. Once again, Walker sent in, ducks underneath the double clothesline, kicks King Shane, and now he's going to send King Shane right there into Zane Dawson in the discus lariat. Down goes Dawson, down goes Williams. As Vordell Walker here, hearing it from the crowd in Winston-Salem, they're getting behind the ring record. They certainly wouldn't mind seeing him take some gold. He charges in with a big forearm in the corner. And Dawson there, dazed a little bit. Walker comes back in, but Dawson's going to meet him on the opposite side as these two freight trains colliding right there in the corner. As the one-man riot, the largest man in this contest. And look at the athleticism there of Vordell Walker. And the spin heel kick's going to down Dawson. All four men are down here, but King Shane, he looks like he's ripe for the picking. The Irish whip, King Shane, he gets all caught up in the ropes right there. King Shane thinks he knows what's going on, but Vordell, there's the springboard leg lariat, and King Shane's going to fall face first on the ring apron, and the ring wrecker Vordell Walker is in full control right here in our main event to crown the first ever AML Heavyweight Champion. Wait a minute. Keep your eyes on Walker. And the tope con hilo to the outside. Down goes Williams. Down goes Zane Dawson. The AML heavyweight title is hanging in the balance, but folks, this is a commercial-free episode. We're going to stick right here for the remainder of this matchup until we see a champion crown. Caprice Coleman, he's back in the ring. Back to a vertical base now. Other three men on the outside, and there's the springboard to the outside with the moonsault. A modified acai moonsault there, shades of the Ultimo Dragon by Caprice Coleman. And this crowd here in Winston-Salem certainly getting their money's worth. George South trying to direct some traffic as Caprice Coleman there walks right into that big boot. And a picture-perfect drop kick by King Shane. That's going to take down Zane Dawson. And then King Shane turns right around into a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker as Vordell Walker now trying to pick back up some steam. There's a running kick to the corner. That Yakuza kick sends King Shane flying. But there's Caprice Coleman with the spin kick right to the face. All four men are down. This action is fast and furious here today at Johnny and June's. And folks, of course, AML Wrestling coming to you live July 26th, our next television taping. And there's Caprice Coleman. He's going to do his rolling Northern Light suplexes that he calls the Trinity. But he's blocked right here. Oh! And he gets the double Trinity there on Walker and Williams. There's a near fall as Zane Dawson breaks it up at the nick of time. The AML heavyweight title was about to go to T-Town, North Carolina. But he's going to walk right into that lariat here. And it's a lariat party in Winston-Salem, hosted by Zane Dawson. King Shane must not have gotten the RSVP. He ducks underneath, sends him for a ride. He's going to meet the foot. And King Shane's going to perch himself up there. It could be that signature fist drop right on the kisser. As King Shane now, he's calling for the pile driver. And I'll tell you what, the fans here in Winston-Salem, they're starting to rally behind him a little bit. He's trying to get him. Zane Dawson might be a little much. And there's a backstabber by Caprice Coleman. Wait a minute, Vordell Walker. There's a springboard moonsault right there off that middle rope. Innovative move, double teaming right there. But Caprice Coleman can't make the cover. King Shane looks like he's trying to head for higher ground, possibly trying to catch a breather. But Zane Dawson with that lariat right to the back of the neck as he continues to dish out the punishment. As folks, nearly 15 minutes in this match. Oh, wait! Dawson goes for the lariat, and he's going to take out the referee. And wait a minute, that's George South Jr. George South Jr. has just decked Zane Dawson from out of nowhere. Caprice Coleman's going to jack down Zane Dawson. 1, 2, 3. The referee calls for the bell. King Shane had the pin. Zane Dawson down. King Shane had Vordell Walker down. It was a double pin. King Shane thought he won the match, but the referee was looking at the wrong pin, and Caprice Coleman looks to be
your new AML Wrestling Champion, Caprice Coleman.
What a moment here in Winston-Salem. Shane Williams certainly has an issue here. He has a bone to pick with AML management, as he certainly had a pinfall scenario on Vordell Walker. But unfortunately for him, the official was looking at the wrong shoulders. It looks like this is an official thing, as this one's going to go down in the history books. Caprice Coleman, the inaugural AML heavyweight champion. He won the match. You see Chris Lee there. He looks another shot. He's still trying to figure things out. Caprice Coleman celebrating. He's got the title. What a moment for this young man. As Caprice Coleman As you see right there, he's collecting the hardware. One of those titles is the official America's Most Liked Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. But some fans at ringside, wait a minute, here's Zane Dawson! He's gonna turn Chris Lee inside out! What in the hell was that for? Chris Lee looked like he might have been trying to get a word with our new champion, and Zane Dawson's got a steel chair! Somebody's gonna put a stop to this, and he gotta do it now! Zane Dawson attacking Chris Lee for the second time. He's only been a part of 3 matches here at AML. And 2 of the 3 times, he has attacked ringside interviewer Chris Lee, this time with not only a lariat, but a steel chair as well. Owner Tracy Myers is out here. And Tracy Myers, whose crown jewel, his title, was being presented tonight for the first time. This is a huge, huge episode, a huge night for Tracy Myers.
20 years in this sport, and finally, I'm the face of a company. That's right, I'm real pretty. You didn't know it was 20 years. AML has my utmost respect because there was no shenanigans. I don't agree with the way the match ended, and I'm a fighting champion. So whoever has discrepancies, I don't mind giving them the first shot. Dawson, way out of line, what you did, but nevertheless, tonight is my night, baby. And I'm still the show stopping, crowd popping, body rocking, pulse pounding, heart racer, the handsome pace heartbreaker, the man with the style, the grace to shape. And even though you're standing here, I got the prettiest face. I'm the innovator, crowd motivator, commentator, complicator, model of strength to the space modulator, and now I'm the AML champion. And I know that I have a target on my back, and I open up to all challenges. But this AML, or whether it's somebody else, I don't know what the AML title's gonna look like. And I don't know if it's gonna come all this way. So whatever challenges come my way, I'm ready for it, baby.
Wait a minute. You see that smirk on his face? You hear that music? The crowd here, they're getting excited. They understand what's going on. If you didn't see the entranceway, folks, there he is. There is Cedric Alexander, the tag team partner of Caprice Coleman. They are known as CNC Wrestle Factory. I had no idea Cedric Alexander was in the building. And these 2 men... Wait a minute. It looks like Cedric Alexander wants a microphone. As he was here for his partner and arguably his best friend's biggest moment.
Welcome, Cedric! Welcome, Cedric!
It looks like Cedric Alexander might have some designs on gold of his own.
Look at my brother Caprice Coleman.
I didn't even know he was here, man. I'm so excited. It's a big surprise for me. My brother here to celebrate me being the new champion, baby.
Wait.
You have the AML real belt.
See, I'm not cutting ready to your parade or, congratulations. Because you said all comers no matter from where. And they can come from me. That's what I'm talking about. These are the kind of fans that I want to compete and do what I do best in front of and represent as champion. But to do that, I'm going to need my brother, my mentor, my very close friends to accept a challenge from me for that very championship. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to just
just walk in this company and expect a title shot. I'm gonna earn it. But I'm telling you right now, Caprice, I love you. I want to be the best. And if I have to go through you to do it, I will.
You deserve it! You deserve it! You deserve it! They love Cedric here. Wherever you at.
I don't believe I stuttered, because I'm never lost for words. If you want to come here to AML, be part of America's Most Liked, and you want a shot at the AML title, I know you're more than worthy. You're one of the best in this country. I will face you any day, anytime. First of all, let me tell you how proud of you I am of the vows that you have made and the stretches that you have done in this country. So I'm not ashamed at all to face you. You did kind of ruin my moment, though. That's kind of disrespectful. See, I tried to show you how to do something, but you like a piece of cheese with no corners. No matter how I cut you, you ain't never gonna be a slice. I'm trying to teach you respect here. And you just messed up my beautiful moment. The only way I can top this moment off is to shake your hand and say, welcome to AML. I'm not gonna super kick you because I just got finished getting my tail whooped. He'll probably break my neck. And welcome my beautiful wife up here to end out the show. You know, I'm gonna say something. I know y'all blah blah, but look at here. I've been part of this sport for almost 20 years. I had to believe in myself, and when I didn't believe in myself, and nobody else around me believed, I could always count on her, and I could always count on my son. You talk about me bringing the kids into the business, but I'm telling you something, this is all I have. I'm on the road all the time, and this is quality time with my family, and I believe this is all I need, and I will be champion as long as I need to be,
Or as long as I allow it to be.
Cedric Alexander makes his way out here, his first ever appearance in AML Wrestling, and you want to talk about things that make you go, possibly imploding right here for the AML heavyweight title. If Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander hook it up here on a future episode of AML Wrestling Live, we could be looking at one of the biggest, most emotional matches we have ever seen on this program. That man, Caprice Coleman, he upended Vordell Walker, King Shane Williams, and a man that very well could be suspended indefinitely, the one-man riot, Zane Dawson. Folks, check out AMLWrestling.com, AML Wrestling on Facebook to get more information on Zane Dawson and a possible suspension for the future here at America's Most Liked Wrestling. For AML Wrestling, I'm Blake Chadwick. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of AML Wrestling Live.